Oh, hello, mate. I was just checking the Facebook because it didn't. It just, I could just see the branding. That's all I could see.
Ah,
The one that you introduced, the one listening to your friend. Who is this?
who the what, mate?
The one listening to your friend. You got a friend with you. Who is it?
My mate, this is my mate Leo.
He's
Leo is
massive.
a yeah, he's a Bouvier de Flandres.
Yeah.
He's 2 years old, weighing in at 48 kilos. Um, he's the Blackaby Bear. He eats about 1,000 grams of meat a day, and
Wow.
yeah, he's a big, hefty fella, but very
You talk
gentle.
to us because you do this raw meat and bones type diet, don't you? Which is a
Yeah,
I never used to do that with my dog. When Flick was alive, sadly passed away last year, she had
yeah,
given me a pedigree chum type thing, you know. She still lived to like
like cans.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
And
I think
crunchy stuff.
yeah, I think it varies, mate. On a lot of it is nutrition. I think in terms of how they can act and what their energy levels are like, and coat and skin condition, all of that. Teeth. Um, but yeah, he does eat raw. The breeder we got him from, it was quite a difficult thing to get this particular dog. I just really liked him. And she's sort of quite well respected in her field and only breeds these and all sorts. So yeah, her advice was raw, and that's what we feed him on, mate. And he's brilliant. Like his attitude, his energy levels. Some of it could be breed, you know, but no issues really with diet. I mean, early on he would get a bit sick, and that was your cheap store stuff. So yeah, I had to bite the bullet
Oh,
really, and
really? Has he got like a bit of a sensitive stomach?
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, he'll turn his nose up at food. So, for example, I've put some chicken down. He's not touched it. Um, so yeah, but he's
You
a good
joke.
dog. He's just very strong.
So my dog, Flick, when she was alive, because now she's obviously in the German Shepherd, what do they call it, paradise. She
Yeah,
if you waved a little bit of meat at her, anything like that, like a little smidgen of chicken, she'd literally go to want to bite your hand off for it. She became like a zombie. It became like this other thing would
really.
take over and have meat there. But you're saying that your Leo would leave the meat, would leave a bit of
He
chicken.
leaves it. Yeah, it walk away from it. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's fussy, but he just so if he don't touch it, I pick it up. It won't stay down. He'll only eat when I give it to him. He's not. Otherwise, they think, oh well, if it's there all day, I'll have it when I want. And I think you got to control various factors like food, toys, and even attention. He'll come over and he'll try and boss you to get attention. But even that,
So
I try and control a bit.
it's a dominant breed, in other words.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's a German Shepherd I had, Flick. I mean, German Shepherds were renowned for needing to be quite strong. You had to be quite a strong
yeah,
personality with it. And basically,
yeah,
eventually, she knew her place, and she knew that she, in the hierarchy, came below the kids. But it took
yeah,
some time. Does Leo think he's in charge of everybody but you?
yeah. So early on, so he's a herding dog. They're bred in Belgium as cow herding dogs, and he's very dominant and very smart. So if he doesn't get clear instructions, he'll start thinking for himself. So I had to assert a lot of authority over him. Um, I do that anyway, naturally, just through me being me, natural alpha male, of course.
That's it.
But yeah, things like sometimes I'll put his food down and then just go over and pick it up while he's eating it. Because in the wild, he don't get to choose. His pack leader gets to choose when he eats, how he eats, where he eats. He
Yeah.
never goes through the door in front of me. He never goes on furniture anyway. But dogs will try and get a higher ground. So I never. You see people with little yappy dogs sitting on the top of the sofa. Total
Yeah.
power move.
Power
You
move.
can't
People
let
don't.
them.
They think, oh, that's cute. Power move.
Yeah, but I mean, we have established pack order now, but he'll push. Um, we haven't quite got the door etiquette right. If people come round or knock on the door, he's very pushy. And one of my daughter's friends the other night came round the back, and he didn't recognise her, and it was dark. And I've never seen him go into, like they say, they're quite a territorial dog, and I hadn't seen it before. And he was very, very sort of, yeah, not aggressive to the point where I thought he was going to bite, but he was like, "What you doing here? I'll let you know you're not welcome." And that's what you want in a dog, really, because he was caught by surprise.
Do you know what they say the ultimate guard pet is?
What's that?
Goose.
Yeah, goose would break your arm, wouldn't it?
Yeah, not only that, they attach themselves to one person, they won't let anyone else near it, and they make a lot of noise. So if you try and break into someone's house, they've got a goose in the garden, they go mental. Apparently,
Mate.
they're amazing guard pets, and it's weird, isn't it? Because like, if a goose comes at you, so it's a little thing. If a goose comes running
Yeah,
at you, it's terrifying, isn't it?
incredible. Yeah, I mean they are quite scary. Yeah,
Kangaroos and all.
and they
Anyway,
do.
sorry, go on.
You what, mate?
No, it's all right. Carry on.
Oh, I was just going to say. What was I going to say? Oh, on the back of hearing things and that in the community where we live, we're on one of these closed Facebooks and that. And yesterday, someone put a post on, and they'd had the whole interior of I think it was a BMW X5, stolen. Steering wheel, dashboard, center console, all around the automatic gear thing. Like that's stolen to order, isn't it? That I mean, and they didn't hear anything.
Wow.
Incredible,
There's this
incredible.
thing. There's this thing happening around here in Derbyshire. It was in the Derbyshire Times where people are finding chalk markings outside their house, like like symbols for dogs and stuff like that. So like the burglars are casing joints and they're marking outside the house different symbols or weird letters where people have got pets or where the property is accessible. And of course, the next day they just go in and turn it over. But you have someone going
Wow,
out and marking it up. That's a big thing, isn't it?
wow.
Also, there's a lot of
Yeah,
dog theft happening at the moment, isn't there? Joe
yeah,
Lampshire says,
yeah.
Joe Lampshire says, looking very young, Blackers. What moisturiser do you use?
So Joe and I have got a little feud going on, I think. I tuned in to Tough Talk in their live stream the other night. Awesome, by the way,
Yeah.
Joe. Love what you boys do. And Joe wasn't getting any comments. You know, Arthur was getting a load, and Ian. And I thought, I thought Joe had a little tear in his eye. So I thought, you know what? I'll just make a little bit of flattery. You know, Joe, you looking young. What moisturiser are you using? And that's obviously come back round to bite me. Thanks, mate.
Well, what moisturiser do you use?
So I used to use some stuff called Bulldog, bit like Joe. That ran out. I have to admit, I do moisturise every day. I've got a set potion that I use, not Clearasil, but it's one of these daily face washes, oil free. And then after that, I'll use a moisturiser. Yeah, expensive one
What?
from Sainsbury.
So
I don't
I'm
know the
40.
brand.
So I'm 49 now. I never moisturise my face. I'm like
You don't look old. You don't look old, mate.
a pterodactyl. Pterodactyl skin. just basically falling apart. But I think, look, I've never moisturised ever, and I think, I don't think I look nearly 50.
Nah, no, looking well for it, mate. I think some people have drier skin, so a little bit of moisturiser is not a bad thing. Do you know? Do
I've
you
got
know
dry
what got me
skin.
into
My skin
moisturising?
falls apart. You are
Do you know what got me into moisturising?
aftershave
No, yeah, actually it was. How did you know that? Have I told you that before?
because you told me before that when you got the expensive aftershave, when you went for your Creed by Ventus
Creed
phase,
Aventus. Yeah,
yeah, you put the moisturiser on, and then you put the alcohol on it because it would draw it into the skin, and you
Yeah,
make
it
it
would sit on the
last
skin. Yeah,
longer.
yeah,
That, so that's when you got in the moisturising, isn't it? When you had Creed Aventus.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually finished off my last bottle this morning. It was quite a sad moment. I got it for my 40th birthday, so that's done well. Nearly a year. I'll be 40. No, hang on. I am 41. That's done a year and a bit. I'll be 42 in May.
Robin Fox has just
That's
said
lasted well.
49 is. Robin Fox has just said 49 is not old. I'm 51. I'm not saying I'm old. There is what I'm saying is I don't think I look like I'm in my 50th year. That is not
Yeah,
saying
no,
I'm
you don't,
old.
mate.
I'm saying that my skin minus moisturiser has done all right. Now, talking about Aventus Creed by Aventus, what we need to be talking about is scent number 9, available on Amazon or other known retailers, which has the same
Yeah.
scent as Aventus Creed,
Oh,
but 14.99. And you actually thought I spent £300 on a bottle of Creed Aventus. Actually, it wasn't. It was
so,
scent number 9 by Victor. Victor. It
mate,
was scent number
that
9.
so
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, set the scene. We've gone to Wales to Llandudno to visit John Stockley, and we were staying
Yeah.
in a hotel. I can't remember what it's called, but we met for breakfast, and I'm
It's
sitting
like
there
Hotel
having
Paradiso, isn't it? Whatever it was.
Hotel Paradiso. So we
Yeah.
met for breakfast. I'm sitting there, massive hall of people. In comes Beechy, and instantly I could smell Aventus. I'm thinking he's got Aventus on. He walks in. You get this waft, this power waft. It's a real power move because it's such a beautiful fragrance. And I'm thinking he hasn't bought any. I know he hasn't. I said, mate, where did you get Creed by Aventus? And he pulled out of his leather
I
satchel
put it in the bag, didn't I?
fragrance. What is it called? Fragrance C or something.
Scent number 9 by Victor.
Said, said number 9, 12 quid or something off Amazon, and it is
14.99.
identical. Ridiculous.
Identical.
Do you know how much a bottle of Aventus Creed is? £300.
Go So I put in on Amazon. I put in Creed by Aventus knockoff or something like that, fake, and it came up with scent number 9 by Victor. Now basically, you need to spray it on a bit more liberally and then wait for the citrus notes to blow off because you smell like an orange. You smell like a satsuma for
Yeah,
the first 5 minutes.
yeah.
Then after that is Creed Aventus.
You,
It's been
yeah,
amazing.
you,
But
you do have to
you
keep
smell
applying
like
it
a
every
citrus.
6 minutes.
Yeah. It's quite an achievement actually. Yeah, anyway, scent number 9 by Victor. So before we talk about other stuff, what's going on the grill today, mate? It's my turn next week. You're cooking up a storm
Uh,
this week. What's going on?
so I wanted to do salmon fish cakes. I found a recipe, um, and I thought to myself, hang on, we have got something else coming on screen. Have a look
I
at this,
know we got
Beechy.
the scent number 9 person. There we go. Perfumer's
There it is.
choice. Yeah, that is
There it
exactly
is.
what. Yeah. Now I don't know
Yeah.
how much that is currently, but
Someone will
that's
tell
the
us.
one you want.
Someone will Google it and tell us.
Yeah.
Um,
Scent number 9
so yeah,
on Amazon. Perfumer's
set number
choice.
9, Amazon.
Yeah.
Food camp. So I went down the road of salmon fish cakes. I looked at a recipe, found a nice little recipe to do today. But then, because my house at the moment, and big shout out to anyone who is homeschooling children at home. Oh, I mean, my wife's doing a load of it, but just being in the same environment is enough. Uh, it's pretty manic and stressful, and yeah, it's not enjoyable. So anyway, I thought to myself, I'm going to have to do salmon fish cakes in the office. And last time I did the teriyaki beef, it did linger. The smell did linger. I'm not going to lie. So I didn't want to do that. So I've managed to clear the kitchen. So in the end, long story short, I'm going to make the Blackaby burger. Now this is one of my favourites. Sadly, I didn't have any onion. I was going to do a really nice onion relish, but I haven't got any onion, so I'm going to use a jar of pre-made. But I've got some delicious burgers to go on the grill, some Monterey Jack cheese, some brioche
Oh, mate.
buns that I'm going to toast, and a nice Caesar salad to go on the side. Yeah, I mean it's all there. It's looking beautiful.
So if you, I mean, when you're ready, we'll fire that up because it's 10 to 1
Yeah.
already. But while you're doing that, let me just read out. Let me just read out the description of scent number 9. Fresh, sensual, and masculine. Top notes of apple, bergamot, and blackcurrant, and enhanced with juicy pineapple and aromatic heart of jasmine and rose, with rich, elegant base notes of warm amber, vanilla, and oak moss.
Oh,
The Perfumer's Choice Collection, a sophisticated
yeah.
collection of long-lasting luxury fragrances by Milton Lloyd.
Yeah.
And basically, it is Events by Creed, and I've just ordered some. It was first available on 29th of November 2016. I've got some to do a review on here next week on Sunday Night Live. Um,
Brilliant.
and basically, it is Creed, Adventures Creed.
It is.
That is it.
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
sense
it is.
review. Fades rapidly to the wearer, but others still notice and comment. There
Yeah.
it is. You just want to
But,
say,
mate,
if
to
you
be
like the smell
fair,
of Creed Adventures, understandably can't or don't want to pay the price, just buy this now. Initially smells very citrusy, but after 10 minutes it kicks in and smells like Adventures.
there you go. There you
There
go.
it is. You honestly can't
There you
tell
go.
the difference. I need to reapply every 3 hours.
Yeah, and that's honest reviewing, that is, because that's what we've said. And even with the real Aventus Creed, I've put it on before, and within a few minutes, I'm like, did I put that on? Literally can't smell it.
Yeah,
But other people
yeah, it's
can,
amazing.
of course. Other people will say,
So,
what's that exquisite smell?
that's it. Talk us through the grill.
All right, mate. So basically, if you're new to the channel, I'm just setting up a George Foreman here. We're just warming it up. Let me talk you through the ingredients this afternoon. We've got the enriched taste the difference with egg and butter brioche buns.
Oh yeah.
Then I've gone for 2 skinny British beef burgers. Here's what I think. Here's a mistake a lot of people make with beef burgers. They think that the thicker burger, the better. Let me say, if you're going for flavour, you don't actually want a massive wedge of meat in there. You don't need too much. So go for the skinnier burger, and then you can
That's interesting.
follow it up with some flavours.
Now, just
Yeah,
tell us your thinking behind that. This is important. So you've gone for the less than 3% fat meat. Is that already
yeah.
mixed with onion and stuff? And it's a thinner burger, not the thicker burger.
That's right. That's right. Because you and I, we like to play with ingredients and flavour, And I think if you have too much burger meat in there, it dominates the burger, and you end up feeling like you're just chewing through this massive lump of meat. Horrible. Thinner burger, keep it thin. You get the flavours of the meat without the overwhelming sensation of like this is too much. This is crazy. Uh, as I say, I like to back it up with some what's it called? Monterey Jack cheese. That's
Great
important.
Jack cheese.
And then we've got the Cartwright onion chutney. I think that's important. Obviously, some mixed herbs, salt and pepper will go on. And can I just say, it's really nice. We've seen in the news that Lidl, they didn't get in touch with us, but we know it's influenced by the At Home with Beechy and Blackers. Lidl are doing an exclusive in their middle bins aisle for 19.99. The Family of 5 grill, the George Foreman.
I mean, that
I'm just going to
is
put that out there.
1999 for the latest Family of 5 grill in Lidl. So you could go to Lidl's literally this afternoon, get yourself a George Foreman, and also at the same
Yeah,
time maybe buy a lawnmower or a scuba diving kit in the centre aisle.
yeah,
And
mate,
you'll be set up.
exactly. Or an arc welder.
Now, just talk us through this. What are you spraying there on the grill?
Just a very
Right.
small dose of coconut oil, just to get some movement on the
Coconut
grill.
oil. Talk us through that. Talk us
Yeah.
through the choice of the coconut oil. Look at that.
I tend to go coconut oil. It's a gentler oil than the olive oil or the sunflower vegetable, and it just feels a little bit less processed, a little bit healthier option, So I'm just putting the burgers on there, letting them rest. Don't rush to close the lid. There's a rookie mistake. Let them breathe a
Right.
little.
No, okay. Don't rush to cook. Is that because you're just allowing the base of it to cook up a little bit there? The base of the
Exactly,
burger,
mate.
so that
Exactly. Just do a little salt
Get a
bay on there.
little bit of bait, yeah. Bit of salt on
A
there.
little bit of pepper on there as well. A little bit of just, yeah.
Give it
Just a
time
little.
to
You ain't got
settle.
to go crazy.
So
Give
there you
it
go.
time to
You heard
settle.
the
Don't rush it.
Blackers. Don't rush to close the lid on the George. You've got to give it time to
No,
see what he's doing there. He's giving it time for the burger to
gently.
get firmer on the base.
Oh,
Gently does.
yeah.
Maybe a little bit overdone there on this part.
Yeah. The herbs tipped in a bit too much there. Always be careful when doing that. I'm sure it'll taste fine. A little plug to Spyderco here. We're not supported by Spyderco, but there's my EDC carry. It's a nice little.
Anyone, which is disappointing, really.
Yeah.
We are looking for
So
sponsorships
now,
by George and Spyderco Knives and chutneys companies. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Look, then note that Blackers is using the plastic there, the plastic so you don't scratch the surface of the George. Very important. There you go.
gently close the lid. Don't slam it shut. Treat the meat with some respect. That's what we say. So just open these with the Spyderco. It's easy when you've got the Spyderco. And these are not pre-sliced, so I shall find the bread knife and do that. So if you're just joining us, we have said you can get the George on special at the moment in Lidl. There are other supermarkets available, but Lidl are doing the deal.
Very important point there.
Yeah, and I think their marketing team will talk to our people in marketing, and maybe we could get a at-home branded grill in Lidl. Maybe,
Now, talk to us about your decision here to go with chutney rather than ketchup and no mustard. Talk us about that.
Yeah. So again, it's a personal flavour thing, to be honest. But I think an onion relish chutney with real onion, it just is a sweetness that doesn't taste artificial. It'll complement the cheese, whereas ketchup, it leaves a tangy, bitter aftertaste, and I'm not a fan. I've got to be honest, I'm not a fan.
Okay. So just now, how do you like your burgers? Well done, medium rare?
Well, I do go for sort of medium to well done. To be honest, I do. I'm just create a little bit of movement, make sure it's not sticking. That's lovely. Gently close the lid down again.
See that there? Just create a little bit of movement on the grill. Keep it moving on the grill so it don't get stuck.
That's it. Now, while this is preparing, I'll just show you this. This was a Caesar salad purchased from Sainsbury's, and this was £1. And inside I've got some mayonnaise, and I've also got these bread croutons. So for £1, that's easier than getting all the kit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I'll show you is just a simple plating up of the salad, which will accompany the burger when we're finished.
So you're not putting. Let's talk us through this. You're not putting the salad in the burger. You're having the salad to the side.
Yeah, because the heat and the natural expression of the meat there when it comes off the grill. Personally, I think it can deform and misshapen the salad, and I think that's a shame when you've gone to an effort to present it like this.
There's another thing that's just happening here. I think we should point out to people is that the George is so versatile. It also acts as a plate rest while you're cooking simultaneously.
That's right. I mean, this is the plating up area. The little croutons. I'm not a big fan.
You can both cook and be a platform.
Yeah, that's it. Right, I've got some Parmigiano here, some lovely posh cheese. Again, it's come in the kit. You don't need to go crazy. Just a little dusting on there.
Yes.
There you go. And that's another thing. When you get these kits, don't feel like you've got to use everything. You just make it just right, you see?
Someone just put too much plastic and someone else put a thumbs up to it.
Too much plastic?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can appreciate that. It is sadly plastic use. Can I just back to the burgers here? I do recycle as much as we can. Can I just clarify that? Right, what I like to
It's
do,
what
Beechy.
the shop you, you can't carry salad home loose, can you? Really, very easily.
No, not really, not really, not really.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw what I did there, but I turned the bun just 90 degrees, like that.
Oh,
Turning the meat just like that, the patty,
So you're going to get the pattern on it.
and then you get the crossing of the patterns. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just a pro tip, but it's something I like to do. I'm just looking around my kitchen, my professional chefing area. Oh, there we go. So basically, what I'm going to do now is just cut some cheese. Are we getting interest on the comments here? I think we probably are.
Yeah, we had someone said two plastic, but someone else did something about a certain person who's had plastic surgery. And then Shane Hughes says, is the salad for the rabbits? But actually, you know, a little side salad with a burger, with a bit of processed sauce, no bad thing. Now, talk us through what you're doing with the cheese there.
So I just
Cutting it
cut some
into.
slices, and then it's all for me, Beachy. It's all about presentation. I like to just keep things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just ready. It's just ready to go. It's just ready to go. Right. I'm going to have a look inside one of these burgers. Just as a pro chef, I like to make sure people don't get sick. You know what I mean, mate?
Yeah.
That's delicious. That's ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is, and here is another. Move that out of the way. Here's another pro tip with the George. So what you've got is, as you can see, I've got patties, and whilst they are done, I'm just going to keep them in for a moment more. Get yourself some kitchen roll, and you wipe down the section you want to use. Simple as that. Simple as that. Look, clean it as you go.
Yeah.
So I've now got a clean work area there. You see. We go in with the buns. See what I've done there? Close it down.
Oh, amazing tip.
Close it down. So now we're basically now putting the food items together. If you are enjoying this, the food cam will be clipped, and maybe you're watching on repeat. You can tune in every Thursday, Beechy and Blackers, 12:30 till 1ish, 1:15. You'll get food cam, banter and conversation from me and Beechy, and also a little thought and reflection coming up soon.
That's it.
That's
Well,
it.
do what we want to do? Have a little catch up, don't we? Have a little catch up, do a little bit of cooking, then we get our Bibles open.
That's it. And we're doing it throughout lockdown, which we now think will last until about 2024. I think that's what we're predicting, isn't it, mate?
That's it, mate. That's it. Yeah.
That's how it feels at the moment.
So we're looking forward to the day when we can meet up in it, meet up properly and catch up.
That's it, mate. Yeah, it'll come. It'll come. It takes a while, doesn't it?
Soon be there. Soon be there. How's those burgers looking?
We're ready to go, mate. I think we are ready to go. You can see a little tour of the George. See the crossing there on the burgers?
Yeah, lovely. Look at that. Perfect.
And you don't want to go crazy, but just till you get that toasted, you get those toasted lines. They're just starting to form on there, but given the time, I'll pull them off. They're lovely and warm. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to plate this up live so you can see what we do in the at-home kitchen. Burger, straight off onto there. Treat it with respect, nice and easy. There we go. I like to get a little bit of cheese on there.
Actually, just notice how delicately Blackers is placing the cheese on the burger. Treating every item here with respect that is due. A little bit of quality chutney.
Quality chutney, right? Gently on the burger. Don't pad it down. A lot of people make that terrible mistake. You don't need to pad it down. Just gently bring it to the plate and get the presentation just right. The first bite is with the eye, they say.
Beautiful.
And that's how I like to serve the burger. How about that? I'm just going to plate up one more. That one will be going to my good lady wife, who is waiting in the wings for her burger. And then this one will be sampled live on air. Make sure you turn the George off. Same process, just pop the cheese on there, lovely. That's what you're looking for with the bun. Look, just these nice toasting, slightly toasted. I'll put a little bit more relish in mine. Jen don't eat too much of that, but I'm a fan. Again, don't pat it down, no need. You'll notice a lack of side salad on my plate there, partly because I just can't be bothered to do another one, but I'm going to take this over to the food tasting area if you want to join me over there.
Beautiful. I just lost you on the food can person, but we'll see what happens. Food can froze to me, but there you are. There you are, you're back. Oh, yeah, the last one. So let's take a first bite on that, mate, and give me the verdict.
All right, mate. I want to try and make sure I get everything in the first bite. Do you know what I mean? Burger,
Yep.
cheese, relish.
Yep.
Oh.
Tell us what flavours you got coming through there.
Oh. Well, you're immediately hit by a delightful buttery crunch with the brioche bun.
Yeah.
Then you get the zesty caramelization of the onion chutney, the deliciously, delicately prepared onion chutney. Then you get the meat and the cooked to perfection burger patty that is a skinny burger and it's not too overpowering. And then on the top of that, just as sort of an overview, you get this cheese sort of aftertaste. It's absolutely divine. I don't know. I mean, look at that.
Love. Quality job, that.
Mate, so that's food cam. How about a little thought from you? You got anything? What are you reading at the moment?
Well, I'm actually been looking at 1 John, and there's a little line in here. See what you think about this, Jay. This is 1 John chapter 5.
Yeah.
It says,
now
I'm reading from the CSB, which I kind of like. I'm flitting between the CSB and the NIV at the moment. For those who don't know what that's talking about, there's different versions of the Bible. Slightly different ways of framing sentences, but it says the same thing. Everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ has been born of God. So as soon as you believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, you have been born of God. And everyone who loves the Father also loves the one born of him. This is how we know that we love God's children, when we love God and obey his commands. For this is what love for God is, to keep his commands. And it says his commands are not a burden. And I found that quite powerful. Because
where was that, mate? John?
1 John chapter 5, this is what love for God is, to keep his commands, and his commands are not a burden, because everyone who has been born of God conquers the world. This is the victory that has conquered the world, our faith. So what he's saying is, if you are a follower of Christ and you love God, you will keep his commands. They're not a burden to keep. It's not a burden to stay on the path. Because everyone who's been born of God conquers the world. This is the victory that conquered the world, our faith. So it's kind of saying that, though we wrestle against the flesh, we have, our struggles and stuff, and things that chip away at us. Actually, it's not a burden. It's not a burden to follow the path, to follow the way of Jesus Christ, because we love God. His love's in us.
Yeah.
It's not. So it's interesting, isn't it? Because we often talk about, it's so hard, so hard to stay on the path. All these temptations are crushing in. But the Bible's saying different there. That ain't a burden to you, because you love God. I found that this really leaps out at me. Thought that was really interesting.
That's good, that, mate. I like that. I'm trying to link it with a video you sent me the other day, Billy Graham, and I think part for me is because it's not a burden because you've got his presence. You know he's there, and you're in a relationship. It's not like rules you've got to keep without the person. And you sent me a video recently of Billy Graham being interviewed, and who was it? Letterman? Was it Letterman?
Larry King.
Oh, Larry King. Larry
Larry
King leads
King.
in.
And Larry King goes, do you feel God? He went, I sense he's there. He goes, I don't hear voices, but I sense he's there. Then he starts talking about death and he says, I know the day I die, an angel will come and take me by the hand and bring me to the presence of God the Father. I'll be in the presence of Jesus and it'll be the most exciting, exhilarating thing in the whole of my life, that moment, be the whole of my life. But he starts to lean forward, doesn't he? He's leaning forward.
Yeah.
Look in his eyes.
Yeah.
He knows it. He knows he's going to be in the presence of Christ. He knows it.
Yeah.
And it's very distinct from sometimes when you listen to other people, like he ain't the best speaker, but he could see it, that he believes it. And it's, I think, when that's flowing through your life, the commands of Christ aren't a burden.
Yeah.
Because you're full of the love of God. You want to be with him. That helps us understand, you know, to live is Christ, to die is gain. You know, I want to live for God. And it's hard to keep yourself in that place, I know. But I felt that was very interesting. This is how we know we love God's children. We love God and obey his commands. But this is what love for God is, to keep his commands. His commands are not a burden, because everyone who's been born of God conquers the world. His commands are not a burden. I thought that was so powerful.
I like that.
That's what I've been wrestling through, thinking through, you know. In a sense of.
Brilliant, mate. 1 John 5. Read that.
1 John 5. Have a little read of 1 John 5 and, you know, maybe post a little comment under it and let us know what you think. But for me, that's extremely powerful stuff. And I think, you know, when we start to feel like we're wrestling or struggling, this temptation's getting the better of me, remember those verses. Commands of Christ are not a burden. Might put a little post out about that. Chris Akers has said, off the deal to buy a George this afternoon. I have a £10 voucher, so a George for less than a tenner is a steal. And Dave O said, such amazing truth, a real challenge. So we've got the duality there of the passion for the George, quite right, and the passion for the Word of God. We bring both things to the table.
It's all there.
That's just the way we roll. Yeah.
Mate, how's your weekend looking?
I don't actually know what I'm doing. Oh, no. So you're speaking for me at my church, Redeemer King.
Oh, yeah.
Which you've already recorded, yeah. So that's kicking off on Sunday. We've got a worship evening for our church on Saturday night. Karen's working. My missus is working through the weekend. So I'll, you know, be keeping the home in order, doing a few different tricks. I think I've got a couple of meetings on Saturday. And obviously we've got Sunday Night Live on Sunday. Our guest this week is Major Rhett Parkinson, who started service in the Middle East, ex-Royal Engineer, now runs the Armed Forces Christian Union, and I think is Deputy Chair of the Armed Forces Network. So we're looking forward to that, aren't we? That'll be a blinder.
Yeah.
So that's Sunday Night Live every week, 7:30. So we've got that kicking off. So yeah, a few things. Normally at the moment, I've got a few things going on most weekends. Last weekend I spoke at a little conference and for another church. So what about you, mate? What you got going
on? Yeah, similar stuff really. Bit of family time and a little bit of resource writing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to write a book at the minute, just in the margins, but it'd be like a free ebook.
What's it on?
Right. Yeah. It's on. It's called. Well, it's something we talk about a lot, about waging war against yesterday's man and not being stuck as yesterday's men. So that should be good. Dog, family.
How long's that going to be? How long's
that? It's currently at 10,000 words. I want to try and get to about 40,000. Yeah.
That's quite big.
Quite a big book. But I want to put it out as an ebook. Yeah, just chuck it out, and if I can, an Audible book, because I think a lot of guys would be up for like listening to our stuff. I need to look at that. And then there's been a new download, a new what's it called? It's called a DLC content package for Call of Duty Zombies. So I'm going to be quite busy this weekend shooting hordes of zombies, mate.
Mate, I just downloaded a Typhoon fighter for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I can get to 30,000 feet in no time. Beautiful. You can hear the roar of the afterburners through your headphones. That's how I finish my day, mate, at night. I soar above the skies of the Gold Coast or go through the valleys of Wales. That's what I do.
Do you do it all with the joystick?
All with a joystick. Oh, yeah.
A joystick
I want to
and
get
keyboard
VR.
or just joystick?
Yeah, keyboard
Right.
and joystick. Yeah, you've got hundreds of different commands. It's proper flight simulator. What I want to do is get like VR goggles so I can be fully immersed.
So if I get it,
Mate,
if I get a
yeah.
PC and I'm flying,
Yeah.
can we meet in the air?
Yeah, we could land together at the same, have a flying on some beach in Vancouver.
Doing a
We'll
tap
fly
run
anywhere in
together.
the world. Anywhere in the world. Yeah, absolutely. Anywhere in the world. So that's escapism during lockdown. I just strap in, and pile up the afterburners and ship above the clouds. And it's photorealistic stuff. It's very good. So yesterday I did fly into the side of a cliff about 400 miles an hour. Just decided to go to bed after that. Anyway, mate, that's been a very pleasurable 45 minutes. So,
Brilliant, mate.
my turn on the Jules next week. Cheers, dude.
Come on, can't wait.